Hey, what's up? This is the SWAT4 assistant, and there's a Spanish version of it for you Spanish or Portuguese speakers. And basically, it's for configuring your game and doing some other stuff. So when you first start this up, it's going to ask you to back up your INI files. If you hit OK, you can go to your backups directory using the backups or cabinet icon there. And your backups are going to be in your application install directory. It's going to be all your INI files. And you can toggle the talk window using this button up here, and that's the talk window is just going to display all the significant events that occur in the application. So the program should have no problem auto detecting your SWAT4 directory. If this is blank up here, you're probably just going to have to pick your SWAT dir using the pick button. You can also click on this to open or explore your SWAT4 directory. So this first tab here is the INI editor, and you have a list of, by default, your non-read-only INIs. So here I've got my content and my content expansion INIs. Typically you'd want to modify your SWAT4X INI. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to modify my name to Brian F. I'm going to hit save and open it in my default text editor. So there it is, Brian F. Now any editing features in this program are not going to overwrite your files or write to values that it doesn't need to. I just find this quite unnecessary, and it's really annoying when you patch your files or something and your settings get reset. So if you want to, you can include read-only files in the list, but you're not going to be able to edit them. You'll just get an error. So when you're in your non-read-only files, you can press delete to delete keys. I'm not going to delete any of them. Or you can hit this remove button. You can also add keys. So I can type in name2 value Brian2, select a pre-existing section or specify your own section and hit auto create pair. I'm just going to add this under a pre-existing section. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to open it up, and there's name2 with the Brian2 value. You can also find keys. So I can find my port key. Your key is just going to be displayed at the top of the data grid view. So let's move on to the Express Edit portion of this tab control. So the first thing here is set full screen res to current. This is going to set, by the way, all of these here attempt to apply themselves to both the original SWAT4 game and the content expansion. So set full screen res to current is going to set your full screen resolution in SWAT4 to your primary screen resolution. So I'm going to press set full screen res to current, and down in the talk window here it says that it was set for both TSS and the original game. So if it says TSS in the talk window, then it has applied itself to a file and content expansion. Otherwise, it's going to be the original game. And then you've got enable window mode, and what that does is it allows you to enter window mode pressing Alt Enter in the game. So you can toggle window to full screen. And then you've got enable dev tools. That's just for mainly dev commands. And then there's disable intro. That's going to modify your shortcuts on your desktop. I think I'm looking for shortcuts that have the word SWAT in them. Actually, it does find the shortcuts on your desktop with great specificity, so it's not going to modify any other shortcuts. Basically, it adds the argument no intro to the target, and that allows you to start SWAT4 without the introduction. That's going to apply itself to both SWAT4 and SWAT4 TSS. Then you can set your player name to your Windows username. Your Windows username is going to be displayed down in the little display picture box there. And so I can do that. And then you can just open up your SWAT4X INI to see if it applied. So it has applied. So Brian Ferguson would be my username. Okay, and then there's allow downloads. That's going to allow automatic downloads of custom maps. And then there's use blank backdrop that just takes away the details in the maps and just has a really blank splash scene map, and I apply it to both of your games, of course. And it's going to ask you to back up your pre-existing splash scene, so I can do that. And it'll tell me that it has applied these splash scenes. And you can access your original ones just by opening up your backups here. So it looks like it has only backed up one of my splash scenes. I'm going to have to fix that because I do have both the original and TSS installed, so it should be backing up both of them. Okay, then there's set control to crouch, and it'll ask you, would you like to have toggle behavior for control crouching? I'll say yes, I like the toggle, because you want to stay crouched quite a bit in SWAT4. And of course, when you first install the program, you're going to have C and numpad period for crouching, and nobody does that, nobody uses that. And I'm going to delete my SWAT editor shortcut on my desktop. I'm just going to hit create editor shortcut. And if TSS is available, it's going to create an editor shortcut to the editor in the TSS directory. Otherwise, it's going to just create one from the content directory. And then you've got an option to apply all if you wish. Then there's text color coding. Oh, by the way, if you want to toggle bools in the editor, then you can simply right click on the bool itself and toggle it. Then you're still gonna have to save it to file. But it's just a nice way to change the bools. Okay, back to the text color coding. This is pretty useful, so I'm going to type in good game. I'm going to put my caret at index 0, and we can basically make our own gradient. Or you can apply a solid gradient here, like just a nice smooth gradient. If you want to, you can use a middle color and it will apply itself. Down here is just a little preview of what's going on. The underline option, basically you just select some text to underline. So I'm going to select E in the exclamation mark. I'm going to hit underline. There it is. You can bold the entire thing if you'd like. Everything is based on selection other than the colors. I don't really bother with that. I'm sure there's an ending tag for the colors like there is with the bold and the underline, but I don't think that's really necessary. So you've got an option to remove all tags, of course. You can do that. Maybe you want to apply a new gradient. Whenever you apply a new gradient, it's going to remove the old one. Remember that. So this time we're just going to use red to black. There it is. It's a mean look. If you'd like, you can hit insert Spanish, and that's going to severely cripple your text. Yeah, I don't know what just happened there, but it's basically going to put a translation next to your English language. If you have the Spanish version installed of the program, it's going to switch it up. It's going to have your Spanish first and then your English. Okay, so let's go to the Command Console tab. And I've gathered and made descriptions and previews for a lot of these command consoles. So I've put together a lot of different commands here in a nice little way. And you've got your administrator commands and your client commands, and then your developer related commands. The developer related commands can also be stuff that can only be used in single player. So let's take a look at one of these. So you've got, what's a funny one? There's one where you can adjust the size of the character. Okay, here it is, change size. So you've got your preview here of the command and then your description. And lastly, there is the screenshots tab, and that's just going to load your screenshots in a nice little way, and you can change the size, of course. Right now I have the SWAT4 TSS screenshots loaded. You can delete them or you can rename them. I can rename this to shot. Either press enter or leave focus and we'll save the name. Then you can move all of your screenshots to My Pictures. So let's go take a look at that. There they are. I already had some in there, so it's going to look a bit more busy. If you wish to turn off the sounds, just go into Info here and check Turn Off Sounds. And that's all there is to the program. See you later.